Hello everybody, hi. Welcome to the stream, hope you can hear me alright, let me know. Hey Saul, hey Sophie, how are you doing today? It has been a while since we did a mobile stream, so let's hope I've not lost it. Like I say, do let me know if you can see and hear me alright, everything should be good. But as I say, it's the first time in quite a while that we've done a stream from my mobile rather than from my PC, so it's I've been out of this for a while. Afternoon, Chef Niall, how are you doing? Looking forward to the unboxing. Me too, Sophie. I've been waiting so long to finally crack into the Thrustmaster gear shifter. That's what we're going to be doing in today's stream, by the way, if the title of the stream didn't give it away. We've got some goodies that we're going to be unboxing and getting set up today. So I'll show you what we've got in just a couple of moments. I've got an itch just above my lip. Not sure why. Anyway, hey Saul, how are you today? Not bad, STFC, how are you doing? As usual, we'll wait a couple of minutes and we'll get into the stream once a few more people have arrived. But we are going to be unboxing and setting up the Thrustmaster TH8S gear shifter in today's stream. The plan is I'm going to set it up in the first half, and then hopefully we'll actually play a little bit of Euro Truck with the new gear shifter so that we can take it for a little bit of a spin. That's the plan. Is the Thrustmaster for flight sim? It's not. No, it's a gearbox. It's a manual gearbox, so it's for driving games, racing, trucking, etc., etc. What's a Thrustmaster? Well, I suppose I'd best show you. So here is the Thrustmaster, the TH8S. This is the gear shifter itself that we're going to be setting up in today's stream. To go along with that, I've also got this Sabrent 10-port USB data hub. I'll explain why that's necessary in just a moment. And we've also got a webcam to set up today as well. Again, I'll explain that in just a moment. But that's the plan. So we've got this to unbox, and this to plug in and set up. So we're going to do all this unboxing, all this setting up, and then, like I say, we are going to hopefully play a little bit of Euro Truck later on as well to take it for a spin. Trucks have a lot of gears. What do you do if you want to go into 8th gear? Don't worry, I'll explain all of that, STFC. Don't worry, the shifter is fully compatible with Euro Truck, and there are various settings in Euro Truck to set up shifters with many different gear configurations, and so hopefully we'll be able to set it up with no trouble. Ooh. Okay, so I think we are going to have to move the camera a little bit for the actual unboxing. I'm going to move you down under my desk here to the lower shelf and take my chair down so that you can actually see the desk in front of me. And then we can actually see to work to actually get this thing opened. So yeah, a couple of things that I want to say. First of all, sorry that my head there. Okay. I don't have much space to work with. Hang on. If I put this round here. There we go. You can't see my face very well there though because of the light from behind me. Walk around. Right there. Ooh, hold on. Move the loop side. I guess that could work, yeah. There we go. Oh, but then I need to move the. Then I need to move that as well. 1 second. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So, like I say, what we're going to be doing. Don't look at my legs. What we're going to be doing is we're going to first of all unbox the Thrustmaster. Then we've got the Sabrent data hub, and then we've got the actual webcam as well. So the story, basically, first of all, the gear shifter itself. As you know, I've been wanting to get my hands on a gear shifter for quite a while now. We've got quite a big setup already, as you can see here. We've got a steering wheel, side panel, pedals, and a handbrake, but until now we didn't have a manual gearbox, so we have got one of those. This is an 8-speed gearbox, so it's got 7 forward gears and 1 reverse gear, and we're going to get that unboxed and set up in just a moment. In terms of price, this was £45, so if you buy these directly from Thrustmaster's own website, it costs $59.99. And from most retailers, if you want to buy it brand new, it's, you know, the same price, £60. But fortunately, I was lucky enough to find this one on sale on Argos for 45 quid. So I've saved myself £15 there, but there we go. That's £45 for the actual Thrustmaster itself. We can't actually plug this into the PC though, because unfortunately my PC only has 7 USB ports and they're all in use, which is why I've also bought this. So this is a 10-port USB data hub from Sabrent. All the little ports have their own individual switches. So we're going to unbox and set this up in today's stream as well. And the plan is that this is going to have all of my simulator peripherals in it. So steering wheel, side panel, pedals, gear shifter, and so on and so forth will all be plugged into this. So effectively just adding 10 extra USB ports to my PC. So that's very, very handy bit of kit to have. And this was £60 or $59.99 from Amazon. There are cheaper ones. There are other brands out there, but I've heard very good things about Sabrent. So I wanted to, you know, go for something good quality, and like I say, I think if it works, if it does its job, then it will definitely be worth the price tag on that. And then last but not least, the other thing we're going to be setting up today is this webcam. So this is my old webcam. You may recall that a couple of months back I got a new webcam. I got the Logitech C920, which is what I currently use for streaming. But I said that I was going to keep my old webcam just in case I needed it for anything. And then I remembered that a couple of years ago I tried out this software called Beam Eye Tracker, which is an eye tracking software that works from your webcam. And that got me thinking, why don't I get my old webcam out and set this up as an eye tracker? And then we can have eye tracking in Euro Truck and Farming Sim and potentially other simulator games. So we're going to try to get that set up and attempt to have some eye tracking in Euro Truck as well. So that's the third and final thing that we're going to be doing today. Put this to one side. Ooh. Oh, and price as well, I forgot to mention. This is just a generic webcam, very cheap from Amazon. This one was $17.99, which is, you know, compared to my actual good quality webcam, which was £48. This is, you know, it's very cheap. I don't even know the brand, to be honest. Like I say, it's just a cheap generic webcam. You can pick them up from Amazon or eBay or basically anywhere. But it doesn't need to be a good quality webcam because I'm only going to be using it as an eye tracker. It's not actually going to be used to capture any video. So it's a good thing. Good job I have it. Good job I kept it. So in total then, with everything that we've got today, once again, the Thrustmaster was $44.99. The Sabrent Data Hub was $59.99. And the webcam was $17.99. So altogether, everything here is £122.97. So £123 for all 3 pieces of kit there. Now though, at long last, we're actually going to open this. I've waited long enough, and you've waited long enough as well. You know that for the longest time I've been waiting to get my hands on the Thrustmaster TH8S, so we aren't going to waste any more time. We're going to unbox this right now. Where do we open it from? Aha. There's some tape on the bottom there. Just craft knife. There we go. Put the lid back on that. Don't want to cut anybody. Okay, here we go. Oh, there's some info here on the back. So this is just telling you how to connect it up to everything. So if you do have an official racing wheel, like for example a Thrustmaster wheel or a Logitech or any racing wheel, there is a cable to plug it into the wheel itself. Obviously we don't have that. We've got a farming wheel, but it also comes with a USB, so we can plug it into the PC itself rather than plugging it into a racing wheel. It's also compatible with PlayStation and Xbox, so if you are interested in racing games on PlayStation and Xbox, then you can get yourself one of these and it will work just fine on those as well. Okay. Ooh. It's a bit unwieldy, this box. Look at the way that this box opens. That's very... I'm not a big fan of the way the box opens. Okay, what's this? Okay, so there's a sheet with a bunch of QR codes on there. We can go to the Contact the Experts, subscribe to the newsletter, visit the official shop, discover our products, etc., etc. It's just a bunch of adverts basically on there. And then here she is. Here is the actual gear shifter itself. How does this actually come out? Oh, okay, there's a little box here which presumably is extra bits and pieces like screws and cables and stuff like that. Instruction manual. And yeah, 2 cables. So once again, this cable is used if you want to plug the wheel, if you want to plug the shifter into a racing wheel. But if you want to plug it straight into your PC like we do, there is a USB cable as well. So we're going to be using that one. And then the actual shifter, there we go, it's coming out now. God, look at this box. Who designed the box? This is crazy. It's very unwieldy. I don't like the box. But fortunately, you know, once the box is used, once we're done with the box, I can put it to one side. There's a little tie wrap there that I'm going to have to cut. There we go. That should... There we go. Tie wrap. Or zip tie for any Americans who may be watching. And there it is. Okay, I'm going to put that to one side and try and fold the actual box back up, because look at this. What? Who made this box? The box is terrible. Okay, that goes in there. Then that folds over. Am I going to try it out today? Yes, we are, Luke. We are going to get it set up today and try it out in Euro Truck Simulator. Oh, I can't bloody shut the thing. There we go. Excuse me. I am going to keep the box. I always keep the boxes of my larger equipment, like my steering wheel and microphone and stuff like that, because if I ever have to move any of them, you know, it's good to be able to put it back into its original box for safer transport. So I am going to keep hold of the box. A couple of questions. Will says, what are your pronouns? She, her. Thanks for asking, Will. Am I on till 6 as normal? Probably not today, Luke. It's probably only going to be a 2-hour stream today, because there's not really much to do apart from set the wheel up and give it a quick test. I'm not going to do a full-length stream. We'll probably go till maybe 4:30, 5 o'clock, so it will be a shorter stream than usual, just fair warning. Can we see your outfit today, says Freddie. You certainly can, Freddie. Let me just move the camera back up here for a second. I mean, this is pretty much my entire outfit today, is this hoodie, which is quite long. There we go. That's pretty much the whole fit. It's got these very cool sleeves as well, which keep my hands nice and warm. But that's pretty much it. There's not really much else to discuss outfit-wise. Okay, so here is the Thrustmaster TH8S gear shifter. Here's the actual thing. Opens up from the back there. And there it is. Oh boy. There it is. Oh my god. It's actually here. I'm actually holding it in my hands. I've waited so long to actually get this, and it looks good. It looks really good. Oh, very, very tactile, very big and clanky and loud. That's what I like to see. We are going to get this set up on the desk in today's stream, so stick around for that. But as you can see, it's an 8-speed gearbox, so we've got... hold on, you can't actually see that well from here. Along the top there, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, and then at the bottom, no, it doesn't. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then reverse gear in the bottom right there. So, like I say, 7 forward gears and 1 reverse gear, but we can map this to Euro Truck. Obviously, the truck that we have in Euro Truck at the minute has 12 forward gears, but there is a way that you can map this so that it works with more than 8 gears. So don't worry about that. But yeah, like I say, it's from what I can, from what I'm seeing just here, it's very big and sturdy and very mechanical, which is good. So yeah, there we go. I'm looking forward to setting it out. How can you map more? So the way that Euro Truck works, like I say, you'll see this when we actually get to Euro Truck and set it up. But the way that Euro Truck works is that you can map a button that shifts from low range to high range. So we can have this mapped to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we press a button on the side panel and it becomes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we press another button on the side panel to go back down again. So we can map this to a 12 gearbox. We can map this to the Scania 12+2 gearbox, which is what we have in our current Scania. There isn't a button on it, which is a shame. I know that there are some gear shifters you can get that have an actual button on the shifter itself so that you can switch from low gear to high gear. This one doesn't have that, but like I say, we've got plenty of spare buttons on the side panel, so we'll map it to one of those instead. Okay, let's have a look at where this is actually going to go before we get ahead of ourselves, because as you know, here is the... Let me switch the camera around. There we go. So here's the desk. And as you know, at the minute, we've got our steering wheel, side panel, and handbrake. And the gear shifter, because we are left-hand drive, is going to go here. And you're probably thinking there's not really much space there for the gear shifter, but don't worry. I'm thinking we will be able to move the handbrake over a little bit. Because because obviously we need enough space for the gear shifter itself, and we also need enough space to actually be able to shift gears without hitting this wall. So, like I say, we'll clamp this on, and then we'll move the handbrake over just a little bit, and then it should all fit in quite comfortably. So let me just put where can I put the camera now? Let me put the camera there for a second. Okay, hopefully you can still hear me. So, same with pretty much any simulator peripherals. It's just got a big old clamp, so we just unscrew this to widen it, and then fit that over the desk and tighten it back up. There we go. Move the handbrake. There it is. That seems fine, to be honest. That seems. You can see the whole desk is actually shaking because of how tactile, how mechanical it all is. But this seems like a pretty decent position. I can shift over to the left without hitting the wall, which is the most important thing. And I think I should be able to comfortably use the handbrake as well without that getting in the way. One slight problem. When the handbrake is on, let me just bring you over here a little bit. Let me switch around again. So here's where we got it. Like I say, we've got... I can switch over to first gear there without hitting the wall on the side there. And then obviously we got all of our other gears. The only problem is when we are in 7th gear here, it is very close to the handbrake. Fortunately, the handbrake's not really going to be on when we're in this higher gear. The handbrake's only going to be on when we're in neutral. So, you know, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem having the handbrake there. If it does prove to be a problem, we can always scooch the handbrake over just a little bit. But like I say, I think that it should be okay where it is. So that's how it's going to stay, at least for the time being. And we're going to get that all plugged in and mapped in just a second. But before we do that, we are going to have to unbox the Sabrent data hub as well. So as I mentioned before, my PC only has 7 USB ports, and I currently have a lot more than 7 peripherals to plug in. And by the time Farming Simulator 25 comes out, we're going to have even more peripherals, because as you know, next month I'm going to be getting the Thrustmaster Farm Stick, which is a vehicle control arm for Farming Simulator, and I'm also going to be getting the USB ignition key with the collector's edition of FS25. So that's going to be 2 more peripherals by this time next month. So yeah, I need more USB ports on my computer, and this is the solution. We've got a Sabrent 10-port USB data hub, so I'm going to open this up now, and then we're going to get all of our stuff plugged into it. Where's best to open it? There we go. There we go. Okay, here it is. Or not. We're still not quite in. I'm not sure how to open this without damaging the box. I mean, I guess it's not too important to keep the box in one piece, because this is only a small peripheral anyway. But if I can open it without damaging the box, that would be quite nice. Oh, it's in a sleeve. Obviously. Okay, never mind, I'm an idiot. It was in a sleeve the whole time. And here it is. It's got a lovely protective film on it there. Ooh. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. That is absolutely tiny. I thought it was going to be a massive thing, but it's very compact. So what we've got here is 10 individual USB ports. Oh, you can see my reflection there, look. We got 10 USB ports, and all 10 of them have their own switches, so we can turn any one of these on or off, which is going to be very useful. One thing that I'm really concerned about is power use, and having a ton of peripherals plugged in at the same time and not using any of them is a bit of a waste of electricity. So what I can do with this is, when I'm not playing Euro Truck, I can just turn off the wheel and the side panel, and then when I am playing Euro Truck, I can turn those ports back on. So it's going to be very useful having all 10 ports individually controlled like that. How much and what brand? So once again, this is the Sabrent. That's S-A-B-R-E-N-T. Sabrent. Oh, it's mirrored there, so you can't see it. But this is a Sabrent USB data port. It costs £60. There are many other USB data ports on the market, obviously, but I've heard very good things about this brand, so this is the one that I went for, and hopefully it's going to do good. Because the thing is, I do technically already have a USB data hub. Let me just reach under my desk for a second and get it out. There we go. So this is my Anchor data hub, which is 4 ports. As you can see, it's a lot lower quality. I mean, you can't really see just from the stream, but it is a lot cheaper made. This cost me £5 in comparison. So £60 for this, £5 for this. The thing with this though is, first of all, it only has 4 ports. The ports are not individually switchable, so anything that's plugged in is permanently turned on. And it also doesn't do very well with complex peripherals. So what I mean by that is, it's really designed to plug in headphones and phone chargers and stuff like that. If you were to plug like a steering wheel, a side panel, a gear shifter, and a controller into this, it wouldn't be very useful for that, and it can cause some issues with those devices. So this is very much designed for simple devices like phone chargers and headphones, whereas this, you plug anything into this. You can plug literally any USB device you can imagine. You can plug into this and it'll work fine. So it's a significant upgrade, and like I say, my PC itself has 7 USB ports on it, so once we plug this in with the 10 ports, that will upgrade us to 16. If we have this plugged in as well, which I might do, then that is going to give us a total of 19 USB ports on our PC. So we are going to be able to plug in a hell of a lot of devices. And I saw someone earlier ask, will that not fry the PC? Well, fortunately, this also has its own individual power supply, so I presume if we look a little bit deeper into the box here, this should be the power supply. It is, and look at that. That is a walloping great transformer there, absolutely huge transformer. So I think we don't have to worry too much about it frying the PC. Like I say, it does have its own independent power supply. Would that not slow the PC down, says Obi? If all the devices are plugged in and turned on at the same time, I imagine it will probably have some effect. But like I say, the advantage of having the individual switches as well is I can just have the devices that I'm actually using turned on. So if I'm playing Minecraft, for example, there's no need for me to have the steering wheel on, there's no need for me to have the side panel turned on, and so I can switch all of those off, and like I say, I can just have the ones that I'm actually using turned on, which will actually help with power consumption. Okay, so this is the cable for the actual power supply. And then obviously this is the plug itself. So it's going to be, that goes into your plug socket, obviously. This goes into one end of the transformer. This goes into the other end of the transformer and then into the actual hub itself. So Quite a lot of wiring, but don't worry, we'll get it all sorted. Let me just... I hate these things. The little plastic twists that you have to undo. Anything that has wires on it always comes with those twisty things. What's wrong with a good old-fashioned elastic band? There's another one. And there's another one on here as well. And there's one on the Thrustmaster too. So quite a lot of these. There's another. So we got 3 of those so far. And like I say, there's one on the Thrustmaster. I'll take that one off as well. There we go. So packaging-wise, that's all the packaging so far over there on the bed. There's quite a lot of plastic. Let's be clear about that. There is quite a lot of plastic waste there, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. What specs are your PC, says Rob? My current PC, Rob, has an Intel i5 6500 CPU, 3GB Asus GTX 1050 Ti GPU, and 32GB of RAM. I am planning on upgrading quite soon. I'm currently saving up for a much better PC, but that's my current specs. So, like I say, once again, i5, 3 gig graphics, and 32 gig RAM. I think that's it. What's your monitors like? So my main monitor there is actually a smart TV, because when I'm not on the PC, I can still watch YouTube or whatever. So I do use a smart TV as my main monitor. Then my smaller monitors, I've got a Samsung Thrustmaster in front of me just there, and I've got my tiny monitor here, which is designed for the Raspberry Pi. If you want to know more about my setup and what components I've got, check my pinned videos. It should be my second pinned video. It's a complete breakdown of all of my components and how much they all cost. Obviously, in the new year, I will be remaking that video to include the price of all my new stuff, like the data hub and the gear shifter. But if you want to see pretty much everything that I've got at the moment, check the pinned video and it'll tell you everything that I've got and how much it all cost. Okay, so back to it. Like I say, this here is going to plug into the actual plug socket. Then this is going to plug into the transformer here. I've just dropped a bit on the floor. Other way around. There we go. This is going to plug into the actual data hub. And then last but not least, to connect it to the computer, we have this. There we go. So that goes in the computer. That goes in the wall. Devices go in here. This is where it gets a little bit difficult, because I am actually going to have to go under my desk. For those of you who don't know, I recently moved my PC. It used to be up here on top of the desk, but it's now underneath, so we are actually going to have to go down there. I'm not sure how to take you with me. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Please excuse my cable management. I'm aware that this is a whole mess. Don't, you know, I know. Okay. So the plan is the actual hub itself is going to go on top of the desk so that I can easily manage the switches, but obviously everything else is going to go under the desk. So first of all, I'm going to have to try and fit it through. I didn't really think this through, did I? Hang on a minute. You go back up there for a second. And And then I will... No, wait. Hold on. Come on. Oh. Hello. There it is. A little bit more. Okay. One second. There we go. The hub is now on top of the desk, so I can plug this in down here. We'll unplug that one, that's the least important. And then get you in there. The light's gone green, so it's definitely on. Back there. Push all that spare cable through. There we go. And oh God, this is exhausting. And then I need to get the actual USB back down again so I can plug it in, don't I? Oh, never mind, it's there. Okay, so I'll plug that in there. And then if I go back above the desk... Aha! We're in business. So you can see that that's on there. And we can turn all of these on. Fantastic. Also, yes, I do have a PlayStation 1. There we go. So basically, everything else is going to get plugged in to that. Can we see the pedals, says Becky? Yes, you can. There's my pedals. So at the minute, I've only got 2 pedals. Oop, there's my fingers. I've only got 2 pedals. We are going to be... I'll talk more about the clutch pedal situation in a little bit. My OCD just screamed at the cables underneath. Yes, sorry, Katie. Cable management... Not my strong suit. I'll be honest with you. I've never been one for cable management. I just let them all pile up. What's the voltage carry on that USB hub though? Let's have a look because I'm sure it'll say in the instruction manual or on the box. So it's a 12 volt 5 amp power adapter. Data transfer speeds of up to 5 gigabits per second. 10 downstream ports support super speed, high speed, full speed, and low speed. And it is compatible with USB 3.0, 2.0, and 1.1. So basically any USB device that's ever been made will fit into this. And like I say, compared to this, the old 4-point anchor one, this one should be a lot better. This one should manage our excessive amount of devices a lot better. So next I'm going to talk you through exactly what I'm going to plug into it. Like I say, I'm probably going to keep this one as well and just use it for some more simple devices, because like I say, this does work fine if you want to plug simple devices into it, like headphones, phone chargers, stuff like that. But for the kind of stuff that we want to plug in, the new one is going to be a lot more appropriate. So, the plan is this is going to be used for all of my simulator peripherals. So we're going to plug into it right here the steering wheel, side panel, handbrake, and gear shifter, as well as the beacon light. We're actually going to leave these two empty for now. Eventually the farm stick and the ignition key are going to go in there. And then the last three are going to be used for my controller, headphones, and my removable hard drive. I think those are the 10 devices that I'm going to be switching on and off the most, so it makes sense to have those ones plugged in up top here. So that's what we're going to do. That'll be the actual power supply, says Shogun. You might find some devices might draw too much power if full. Don't worry, don't worry. I specifically got this USB hub because it's been recommended by people who play with a lot of peripherals. I did a lot of looking around online for people who have quite big sim setups, who've got a lot of peripherals like steering wheels, side panels, stuff like that. And I found a lot of people recommended this particular data hub and said that it managed very well with lots of complex devices plugged into it. So don't worry about that. It should manage absolutely fine. You can also get a version with 7 USB slots and then 3 extra charging ports. Because obviously a charging port and a hub port, it's slightly different. But like I say, the one that I've got should manage all of our devices without any issue. And like I say, the other big advantage as well is we're probably not going to have all 10 devices switched on at the same time. For example, I'm never going to have my controller switched on at the same time as my steering wheel, because I never use my steering wheel in controller games and I never use my controller in steering wheel games, you know what I mean? So I think it's highly unlikely that we'll ever have all 10 devices switched on at the same time anyway. But yes, that's the plan. So I'm going to put you over here now. Hello. And we're going to plug in our 10 devices. So, there we go, hello. So first things first, the steering wheel and side panel, which I'm going to have to get the cables unplugged from the PC itself. Is it these two? No. It's these two, isn't it? I'm still down here, by the way, don't worry. Might make more sense to bring you down, actually. There we go. So these are the steering wheel and side panel that I'm just untangling right now. Because, as mentioned previously, my cable management is not good. There we go. 1 and 2. Let's make sure we get them the right way round. So this one here, that's the steering wheel. This one here is the side panel. So we're going to try and plug them in the correct order as well. So steering wheel first and then side panel. Let me bring you back up again. There's going to be a lot of moving the camera up and down. I apologize in advance. Okay, steering wheel. There we go. Steering wheel in. Side panel in. Oh, sorry. That purple top hanging is so lovely. Thank you very much, Katie. Very, very nice top there. And that's actually my bridesmaid dress behind it as well from my nan's wedding, which you may recall I went to a few months ago. But thank you very much. You should label them so you know what's what, says Becky. I mean, that might be a good idea. I think once they're all plugged in, I'll pretty much remember what's where. But it would be quite handy, yes. Okay, so steering wheel and side panel are in. Next thing is going to be the gear shifter, which you can't actually see, but there it is. And then the handbrake. So we are actually going to have to get the new gear shifter USB out, which I think is this one. So, oh god, you don't want to see me that close up. So on the back of the actual hub here, you can see there. I don't know how well you can actually see that, but that's where you would plug it in if you're plugging it into another peripheral. This is where we're going to plug it in to plug in the USB version. And then I'm going to thread this around the back of my TV. Oh dear, I've knocked my webcam. There we go. And we'll plug that in just there. Plenty of tie cables as well, says Katie. Yes, there will. I think I do need to start managing my cables better. Like I say, I've never really been one for cable management, but at this point, I've got so many different devices plugged in that I really should think about organising my cables a little bit better. So it might be worth investing in some cable ties, or those plastic, you know, those plastic cable covers. I might get some of those. That might help. Okay, next up, the handbrake, which is under the desk. Where's it gone? There we go, it's easy enough. We can actually pull that back up. There we go. That one's going to go around the back of the telly as well. All the way around. Oh, why is that not? There we go. Okay, we got 4 devices in now. 6 to go. What did I say was going to be next? The beacon light. The beacon light's going to be next. And hopefully, if I press this now, hey! So we know that the data hub definitely works because my beacon light's flashing. There we go. Okay. Dean Paul says, I have plenty of cable ties. If you need any, let me know. Will do. Thanks, Dad. That's my dad, by the way, everybody. Say hi. Is that not a switcher? It will only run one at a time or not? No, it's not a switcher, Chris. The ports do have individual buttons to turn them all on and off, but you can have all of them on at the same time. Don't worry about that. It is a data hub once again. If you want to take a look for yourself, it's the Sabrent. Oh, one sec. It's the Sabrent USB 3. You can't read it because it's mirrored, but it's the Sabrent USB 3.0 10-port data hub. Okay, so next we're going to leave two spaces empty, and that's where eventually we're going to put the farm stick and the ignition key when we get the collector's edition of FS25. And then in the last three, I'm going to plug in my Logitech F310 controller, my EXA 1000 headset, and my removable hard drive, which is under the desk at the minute. Let's just... So controller there. Headphones. Come on. There we go. Headphones there. And last but not least, my removable hard drive, which is going to go in the last port, just there. Okay, so, hold on a second. So please ignore the bad cable management. I am going to sort that out at a later date. I'll probably try and readjust things a little bit off camera to make it a little bit neater. But there we go. We have 8 of the 10 ports filled. Like I say, we're saving these two for when we get the farm stick and the ignition key, but all the others are currently full, and we can switch these on individually, like so. So in a minute, we will get into the actual game, and I'll switch over to my PC and we'll see how well this actually works in-game. We'll turn it all back off for now. But like I say, the advantage of having the individual switches as well is if I'm playing Euro Truck, for example, I can say steering wheel, side panel, pedals, handbrake, and gear shifter, but nothing else, right? Maybe my headphones. But then if I'm playing a game like Minecraft, I don't need any of these turned on, but I do need my controller, so I can turn my controller on there. So like I say, being able to individually turn on and off the different devices is going to help a lot with power consumption, which is great. Okay, let me flip back around because there is one more thing that I want to try to do today as well. I want to try and set up this. So just to recap, let me move over a little bit. So just to recap, this is my original webcam. A couple of months ago, I replaced it. I upgraded to the Logitech C920, which is the webcam that I currently use for streaming. But I decided to keep this one as a spare in case I needed it for anything. And what we're going to try to do is set this up as an eye tracking device using eyewear Beam Tracker, which is well, it's not a free software, it's a $5 a month, but it's an eye tracking software that works from your computer's webcam. So we're going to try and set up the spare camera as an eye tracker, and hopefully we might be able to actually play some Euro Truck Simulator with eye tracking software. What's an eye tracker, says Sophie? So basically, once we got this set up, if it works correctly, I will be able to move the in-game camera just with my eyes. So I'll be able to just look around and the camera in-game will move around like that. And like I say, I have used iBeam Tracker before, and it's a very good piece of kit. I would recommend it. Like I say, it is a $5 a month. I know there are free ones out there as well, but I don't mind paying for it. Like I say, I trust them as a company. I've used the eye tracking software before, and I've not had any problems with it. So that's what we're going to try to use. to get this set up. And like I say, I have used it with this exact same camera before, so I know for a fact that it works with this camera. So that's what we're going to do. Let me just think though, because as per usual, it has a USB, so we're going to have to plug this into the PC as well. Now, the current situation is we have 8 devices plugged into the main USB data hub, which is obviously taking up 1 port on the PC. My keyboard and mouse, they're taking up 2 slots. So, right, bear in mind, on the actual PC itself, I've got 7 slots. So we got the USB data hub, keyboard and mouse, webcam, microphone, my monitor, actually, my mini monitor is a USB, and then the webcam. And that's it. Then we've already run out of spaces. We've already run out of USB ports again. Fortunately, we do still have this, the 4-point data hub from Anker. So if we plug this back in as well, that'll give us another extra 3 spaces. So basically, we can potentially have up to 19 devices connected at the same time to our PC, although we're actually only going to have 15. But we could have more. I don't think we will, but we could potentially plug even more stuff into my computer. Maybe I'll plug in my little desk fan here. I've got a little USB desk fan. Maybe we'll plug that in as well. Who knows? And my lights. How could I forget? These LED lights are USB as well. We could plug those into the PC. Who knows? So what I'm going to do, first of all, is we got the keyboard and mouse plugged in. We've got the mic and webcam plugged in. I'm going to plug in the... Hang on. I've miscounted, you know. I've made a terrible mistake. My PC doesn't actually have 7 USB ports by default. It has 9. So 9 plus 9 plus 3 means we can have up to 21 devices plugged into our PC. Okay. Again, we're not actually going to have 21 devices plugged in, but we could. You know, the potential is there. So real quick, I'm going to plug in the USB. I'm going to plug in the webcam, and I'm going to plug in my mini monitor, and I think we're going to leave it there. I don't think we're going to plug anything else in today, but I am going to save the 4-point data hub just in case we need it for another day. Like I say, I might plug in my desk fan or my LEDs or something else, but for today, I'm just going to plug this in, and let me just position you there. So obviously, the webcam is going to go directly on top of my PC over here. On top of my monitor, sorry. There we go. Is that? And that should work. Okay, I just need to plug that into the actual PC. 1 second. Where's it gone? I think that's it. There we go. And mini monitor. Oh, is my cable not long enough for the mini? Oh dear. Slight problem, everybody. Hang on. Very small teething problem. So, my mini monitor here, the... let me just switch the camera around so you can see it better. As you know, I've got a very tiny monitor here, which is USB powered, but unfortunately this cable is a little bit too short. I might have to plug this into the data hub and move one of the other devices down, because I need my little monitor. I need to have my little monitor on. Let me just think for a second and see if I can figure this out. I mean, I could, yeah, if I plug it in, if I plug it there. Is that? Don't worry, we've sorted it. What else was I going to do? The USBs. I'm going to plug my LEDs into the PC as well, rather than having them individually powered. Where are they plugged in right now? Actually, these lights are on right now, and I'm not sure what they're plugged into. They must be plugged into something because they're turned on right now, but I don't know where they're plugged in. Is that it? Wait, hang on. Oh. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Come on. There we go. Okay. Hold on. Oh dear. I have a drink. We've done it. We've plugged in. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. We currently have 15 devices plugged in, and space for a few more as well. So there we go. I guess all that we can really do now is see if it actually works. So in just a minute, I will switch over to my PC and we'll see if we can get it all working. And we will try and play a little bit of Euro Truck. But once again, just to reiterate, hold on. I am going to keep hold of the Anchor 4-point hub just in case we need that for anything in future. We'll just put that to one side. And then I'm going to keep hold of the boxes for the Thrustmaster and the Sabrent as well. I should probably put that box back in this box. 1 second, if I can remember how to open it. And once again, I just want to say, you know, if anyone from Thrustmaster is watching this stream, what is this? Why is this box like this? Who designed this box? I have questions. But there we go, I'm keeping the boxes for future use. And 1 second. There, oh, hang on. Oh, hang on 1 second. My stream's acting up. There we go. Once again, yeah, quite a lot of plastic waste. It has to be said, you know, I like to think of myself as an environmentally conscious person. There's a lot of plastic there from these two little boxes, which is a shame, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, is there anything else I need to do before we actually set up the in-game stuff? I think that's it, so just bear with me a second. What's the app for the eye tracker? Like I say, the one that I'm using is called Beam Eye Tracker. There is a free one called AI Track, as someone recommended earlier, but I'm a big fan of Eye Tracker. It's like I say, I've used it before and it's worked well for me, so I would recommend that. It's £5 a month, but there is a free trial on it if you want to try it out for a bit. I really like the outfits all. Thank you very much, Morgan. Okay. So apart from the cable management problem, which again I will try and sort off camera, apart from that, everything should now be working. Everything's plugged in, and I think we should be able to switch over to the game itself and take this stuff for a spin. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn on my PC. I mean, it's been turned on the whole time. It's just been in rest mode, but I'll turn it on right now. And I think what we're going to do is one second. Is that a map of Japan? Yes, it is. Sea Doggy. Obviously, it's mirrored right now because my front-facing cam is mirrored. But if I just flip it around real quick for you, that is indeed a map of Japan over there in the back on my bedroom door. Okay, 1 second. So the startup sequence. Here we go. We are about to play Euro Truck. So we're going to turn on the wheel, the side panel, the gear shifter, the handbrake, not the beacon light. I am going to switch on my headphones because we're going to use those when we actually get on to playing the game itself in a moment. And I don't think we really need to turn on the hard drive at the minute. So we've got 5 devices turned on there at the moment. Here's the game, by the way, and like I say, we're going to switch over to the game in just a minute and try to get that working. You can see there, it has detected the gear shifter. But before I show you anything else, we'll switch over to the PC in just a minute so that you can see it a bit more clearly. What do you use the tiny monitor for, says Becky. This little monitor here, it depends. So a lot of the time I use it for Task Manager. I like to have Task Manager open pretty much full time on my PC just in case anything happens. So I always have Task Manager on this little window here when it is switched, when it is open. Sometimes I have my TikTok chat down here. If I'm playing a game, for example, that's full screen and there's no way to get the chat overlay, then I'll have my TikTok chat on this little monitor. Sometimes I'll have Discord open on the little monitor when I'm playing with my friends. You know, so it does get used. This actually gets used a surprising amount. And I'm aware that there's also a mod for Euro Truck where you can pop out the in-game sat-nav and have the sat-nav on a second monitor, which would be really cool to try. It'd be really cool to have my sat-nav on here. Unfortunately, I think it only works with the base game and pro mods, so most of the mods that I'm using would not be supported by it. But it'd be worth trying. Like I say, it would be really cool if we could get the sat-nav working on the mini monitor there. So, you know, never say never. We might look into it and see if that's a thing that we can do. Okay, so the last thing that I want to do before we switch over is I'm going to map... hold on. I'm going to set up the webcam there. You can see just above the Oh, you see just above the monitor, there's the webcam. There's my main webcam, the webcam that actually films me when I'm streaming. But this is the webcam that we're going to use for eye tracking. And if we go here to Beam Eye Tracker, there it is. There's the eye tracking software, and press Calibrate. Oh wait, no, hang on. We weren't supposed to calibrate yet because I haven't actually chosen which webcam to use for it. Is there a way to escape this? There we go. What we need to do is go to... Where's my cursor? We need to go to Settings, Camera, and then up there at the top, HD Pro webcam is my Logitech webcam there. This one, the ECU 200, is the one above the TV there. So hopefully, if I press preview video now, hey, there we go. That's so that's that webcam right there. That's what it's picking up. So at least we know that it works. If I then press save and then close this, then go to calibrate. Okay, I'm gonna have to put you down for a second because I now have to actually calibrate the eye tracker. So just give me a moment. Okay, fix your eye on the center of the dot and then use your mouse to click it. I'm going to put the chair down a little bit because I normally have my chair down a bit when I'm streaming. And then calibrate. Fix your eyes on the center of the dot. Use your mouse to click it. Okay, that should be done. That should be calibrated. Obviously, we can recalibrate it if it's not quite right, but we'll get into Eurotruck in a minute and see if that actually works. What I'm going to do now, though, is we are going to end the mobile stream, and then I'm going to carry on streaming from my PC, where we're going to play some Eurotruck Simulator, and we're actually going to try out the Thrustmaster. So just one more time before we end the mobile stream. Here is the Thrustmaster TH8S gear shifter, which we are about to set up and use in Eurotruck. And it fits quite nicely on the desk there with all the other peripherals. Like I say, my only slight concern is it's quite close to the wall, and I don't want to knock the wall too much, but it should be okay where it is. If it's not, we can always move stuff over a little bit, but that should be okay there. And then obviously we got our new data hub set up as well, and we've now got a webcam. So yeah, I think that's probably a good time to end the mobile stream. And we're going to switch over to TikTok Live Studio. Now, the question is, I've never tried it before, but I'm wondering if I can pause the stream and then carry on from my PC, or if I have to actually end the stream. I'm going to try pausing it. If it doesn't work, then I will have to end the stream, but I will be starting the stream back up again in a couple of minutes on my PC. So don't go anywhere. I will be on my PC, and we will be playing some Eurotruck Simulator in just a moment. Okay, let's try. The only problem there is you can't see a bloody thing. Why is that so terrible? 1 second. And we'll pull this one too as well. That's better. Hello. Okay. Whoa. Headphones. Whoops-a-daisy. I forgot the headphones are above the desk now, so they're plugged in differently. Okay, so let me just do a mic check. Can I be heard? Hello? Hello, hello? Can you hear me all right, everybody? I sound a little bit quiet on my end. Let me know how it sounds on your end. Fit that to screen and move it up a bit. Yes, says Becky. Do you mean yes, you can hear me, or yes, it's too quiet? Because if it's too quiet, I can try and adjust it a little bit. Like I say, I mean, we have unplugged the microphone and then plugged it back into a different socket, so it might play up a little bit. It might not recognise the mic properly. How are we? Oh, you can hear me okay. Good, good, good. Okay, so hopefully you can see okay as well. Hopefully you can see the Thrustmaster there. Like I say, it does shake the desk like crazy when I actually use it. But I think that's just something we're going to have to live with. One thing I'm noticing straight away is that when I'm shifting to 7th gear here, my thumb is catching on the handbrake. So like I said earlier, I might have to move the handbrake over just a little bit for comfort. Let me just adjust that a tiny bit. If I move it to there. But then when I move the handbrake, my thumb's catching on the steering wheel. So, like I say, we are working with quite limited space. That seems okay. So I'm not catching the steering wheel there, and my hand is not catching the handbrake when I'm using the gear shifter either. So I think that's it. I think we've found the perfect position for all the devices there. Let me just make sure that's nice and tight in place. TV wobbles when you use it. Yeah, that TV wobbles a lot. I mean, to be fair, the TV wobbles when I turn the steering wheel, as you can see. But you can actually see the webcam just there as well. Right in the very, very corner of my view there, you can see that tiny little slither of black just above the TV. That's the second webcam that we're going to be using for the eye tracker. So I think everything's ready to go. I think we're ready to get it set up in game and see how it all works. Mount the TV to the wall. I could do, but I don't really want to. I'm happy with the TV where it is, to be honest. It does wobble, but it won't fall over. Don't worry. It's quite sturdy where it is. The other thing is as well, because my webcam is clamped to the desk. You know, when the desk moves, the webcam itself shakes as well, so that's contributing a lot to the vibration that you see whenever I do anything. But like I say, hopefully it won't be too big of an issue. I might adjust my webcam ever so slightly, because it did get knocked a bit earlier, I think. If we can bring it to here. Oh, okay, sorry, the stream dipped a little bit just there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to try and map all of the new controls to the game. So you can see here, if we go into the game, a new input controller was found. Sorry, let me just turn that off for a sec. Yeah, so it says here, a new input controller was found, T500 RS gear shifter. Do you wish to use it to control the mouse cursor in user interface screens? Nope, I don't want to do that. Ignore. But what we do want to do is map the controls. So first of all, I need to make sure that the steering wheel and side panel and handbrake are still working, because we did unplug them all. So let me just try make sure those are still working properly. Oh, what's going... Oh, my handbrake's backwards. It does that sometimes. There we go. Okay, for some reason there's no game audio either. Let me know if you can not hear the game, because I can't. The game appears to be completely silent. Very strange. But like I say, it appears that everything on the steering wheel and side panels is still mapped properly to where it was before. All the windscreen wipers and windows and all that kind of stuff. The horn still doesn't work, that's a known issue. But yeah, it seems like everything is still mapped properly to where it should be, which is good. So now we can concentrate on mapping the gear shifter. The other thing as well is the eye tracker's not doing anything yet. I think there might be a setting that we need to adjust to get that to work. Yeah, the game audio's broken. Yeah, I'm... Let me go to the audio settings and see what's going on there. Audio driver. And then switch it back again. Maybe that'll work. Turn the master volume up, maybe. I mean, I'm not going to restart the game because it'll take forever and there's not really any reason. We might just have to deal with this. Very strange. Let me... Oh, hang on. Nope. Beep the horn and let's see if we hear it. The horn's broken, so I can't even test that. Okay, I might have to restart the game because I need to be able to hear the engine to be able to use the gearbox properly, right? I need to be able to hear hear the revs and stuff, so that's not ideal, really. Let me... Nope, I can't hear anything there. Let me turn the headphones off and on. Ah! Okay, can you hear that? I can hear that. Can everyone hear the game? Oh, I've just hit something. Okay, that should be working again now. I can... Oh! Oh, I think we just gotten stuck on something. Whoops. Okay, everyone can hear the game again now. Let's pretend that didn't just happen. Okay, so what we're going to do then, now that we know that everything is back in working order, the only thing there is to do is to map the controls for this thing. So let's do that. Options, controls. So what you're going to want to do if you're setting up peripherals yourself for Euro Truck, there's a whole tab here where you can add all of your peripherals. So you can see there we got the side panel, the wheel, and the handbrake set up. I'm going to add now the gear shift. We're going to set oh wait, hang on, controller subtype. I'm not sure if what we set that to. I'll set it to gamepad. Transmission, I think we want it at H shifter. because this obviously this is a H shifter, and then we want the shifter layout to be range. Range means that it's going to be first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, and sixth gear. And then we press a button, and then we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on and so forth. The reverse, obviously, is going to be down here. That appears to not be doing anything. Okay, so maybe we do need to set this up as a wheel then. Let's try again. Okay. Is there a switch on it somewhere that needs to be turned on? I don't know, because there's no lights on it or anything to let us know if it's working. It doesn't appear to be doing anything right now, though. It's definitely plugged in, it's definitely turned on. I mean, it's got to be turned on because it's detected the actual thing, right? It's detected the gear shifter. H shifter. Okay. Steering axis, dead zone, steering axis. Okay, that's none of that. That's the steering wheel. Okay, which one was it again? Let's try and turn it off and then back on. Oh, okay. Never mind. It is working. Or hold on. It did hang on. It is doing something. Or hold on. It did hang on. It is doing something there. You can see that the that's what we did wrong. We need to move it and then move it back again for it to actually map. Don't worry guys, it is working. Okay, so again, we've got this mapped to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th gear doesn't actually do anything, that's not mapped to anything, we're going to leave that blank. And then we got the reverse gear, and then we're going to have a button to shift up between. Okay, shifter toggle. What I'm going to do is shifter toggle 1. I'm not sure if toggle 1 is up or down, but I'm going to set it to these buttons here on my side panel. So we're going to we'll set 1 to button 22, and we'll set 2 to button 24. How are you? I'm not bad, Scully. How are you today? Okay, and that should be working now. In theory. Okay, so first things first, you can see on the dashboard there, this little stick here is no longer controlling the gears, which must mean that they are being controlled. Look at that. Oh, it says C1 on the dashboard. C2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then if I press button 1. Oh no, it was button 2. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then reverse. Okay. We have also got those buttons mapped to the indicators as well. I'm just going to unbind those because we don't want the indicators coming on every time we shift gears. So keys and buttons. Left turn indicator, we need to unmap this. No, unassign, there we go. Unassign that, and unassign that. And then once again, that should now be working, so... Oh, hold on, what's... oh, we got a little bit of a problem. Hang on. Okay, let me go to controls again. Okay, let me just... That's C1. That's C2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's not mapped to anything. 11. Why does that go straight up to 11? Ah! Okay, that's 11. If I press this button, it goes down to 5. If I press this button again, it goes back up to 11. If I press this button, nothing happens. But if I go down to 5 and then press this button, it switches to C1. So in conclusion, I have no idea what these two buttons are actually doing. What I really need it to do is to skip the C1 and C2 gears, but I don't think there's any way to actually make it do that. Like, I want first gear to be 1, not C1. But I don't, like I say, I don't know if there's any way to make it skip C1 and C2. If anyone has any suggestions, you know, do feel free to let me know. So I got it range, yeah. Change your gearbox to 12 speed, not 12 plus 2. I mean, yeah, that's probably the best solution, to be honest. Okay, so if we take the truck to the nearest dealership and change out the gearbox, because the problem is we got the 12 plus 2 gearbox, whereas as Sid says, we need just the regular 12 speed. So if we and switch out the gearbox for the 12 speed one rather than the 12 plus 2, but we'll try and get over there. Okay, parking brake off. Okay, so we're now in first gear. Second gear. I've never driven a manual vehicle in my life. I genuinely have no idea what I'm doing, but it's going to be a learning experience. Third and fourth. And then we shift up to fifth. There we go. Okay, right, I get it. But then we're supposed to shift... Wait, hang on. We're supposed to shift back down to neutral when we approach a junction, right? Like, whenever we come to a stop, we have to go back to neutral. Oh, but then I need to remember to shift this back down again, so that... Oh! So that becomes... Now it's not doing anything. Okay, that's 7. And that's 1. Okay. Once we replace the gearbox with the 12 speed... Like I say, it's a little bit confusing because the first and second gear are actually mapped to C1 and C2. We'll do it. This is literally like learning to drive for the first time. And for context, by the way, I cannot drive. I've never driven a vehicle before in my life. So this is genuinely my first time driving a manual vehicle, and it's not even a real one. But I'll learn. I'll get there. I need a driving instructor. I need a driving instructor for Euro Truck. Okay, then we press this, and then go to 5. Okay, get it. Try it with a clutch. No thanks, Becky. No thanks. Also, just in case anyone's wondering, I don't have a clutch pedal. I've only got brake and accelerate, so the clutch is handled automatically by Euro Truck. I would like to get a clutch eventually as well, so that will make it even more difficult. But for now, this is more than difficult enough, believe me. I'm 90% sure we're in the wrong gear because I'm only doing 20 when I'm in 6th. I honestly have no idea, but we'll get there. We'll learn, you know. To say that I've never used a manual gearbox before. Drop down to 2nd. How? Hang on. There we go. Ooh. Wait, why am I not? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna stay in 2nd. No, maybe do I go down to 1st? Well, help me, help. Okay, now we need to. I know that you're supposed to be in a low gear when you're going uphill. That's literally the only thing I know, is that you're supposed to use low gear for going uphill. That's it. That's my entire knowledge of manual gearboxes. I mean, maybe not as low as 2. Change gears when the truck RPM goes to about 20k. Okay, thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. I will bear that in mind. First of all, though, before we do anything else, let me switch the gearbox, because we do need to actually get the 12-speed gearbox rather than the 12 plus 2 that we've got at the minute. So that will at least help a little bit. Let's service it while we're here, and then we want to go to Truck Configurator. Engine, and then yeah, so what we've got here is the 14 speed gearbox. That's 12 plus 2. We actually just want 12. All of these have got 14. Is it even possible to get it with only 12 gears, this particular truck? It might not be. It isn't. It's not actually possible. All of these trucks have, all of these engines have 14 gears, so we can't actually... Oh, go over to gearbox. Okay, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Transmission, there we go. I told you I'm not good at this stuff. I don't actually know what I'm doing. Okay, we want 12 speeds. There we go. 12 gears. This one's 40. Right, okay, don't worry. I'm on the right page now. Thank you for letting me know, because I was about to make a terrible mistake. Okay, so now what we should have is... That is now first gear, which it's supposed to be. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, shift up, 7, no, shift up, that still says 1, shift up, now it says 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we press this to shift down again, and then it goes back to 1. No, it doesn't. What? Okay, this button does nothing then, so we only need this button. Hang on. 1 second. I've got an idea. Just bear with me a sec. I am gonna unbind these two because I've had a better idea. What I'm going to do is this button here, for those of you who can't see very well, there's a button here on my little joystick and it actually has a light on it. You can see there it's red and now it's blue. If I map that to the gear shift thing, it won't let me. That's a shame. That would have been perfect. Okay, never mind. We'll go back to the original plan then. We'll have that one there. Input wizards. Let's have a look. What? How do I do that? 1 second. If I press that. Yeah, that's not letting me map that button. I'll keep it where it is for now. At least now I know which button it is. So it's this button here. No, it's not. What is? It's this button here. Switches from the low gears, so it's low range to high range. So now it's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I press this button, that gives us 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Right, got it. Okay. Start in 3rd, then go to 6th, 9th, 12th, you'll gain speed faster. Right now when you set off, you probably want to be in 3rd or 4th gear so you don't redline. Okay, let's try that. Let's try and start in 3rd. Oh, wait, my handbrake. There we go. Sorry, it was flipped the wrong way around. Okay, so now we're in 3rd gear. And we want to change when we... I guess we want to change when we're in the blue zone, right? Am I correct on that? There's like a... On the rev counter, there's like a little blue area. Is that the target that we need to hit before we change gears? Am I right in assuming that? Yes. Okay, so then we go to 6th. Okay. The green zone, yeah. I mean, it's blue on this particular... rev counter, but yes, the green zone is, I'm guessing, what it's called. Whoa! It's going to take a lot of getting used to though, because I'm used to driving with it just automatically changing gears for me. We're also, I think you're not supposed to shift straight down, right? Or am I could be wrong on that. Like, should I go straight from 6 to neutral, or should I go down to, like, 2 first and then neutral? Oh, I've indicated the wrong way. Hang on. Ah, now I've crashed. Good. You've got to double clutch. I have no idea what that means. Like, you can't just use words like double clutch. I've literally never used a gearbox in my life. You have to make it simpler. Either way, this is where we're going to be picking up our delivery. Am I testing the eye tracker? Yes, don't worry, Becky. I'm aware the eye tracker we haven't currently gotten set up just yet, but we will. Oh, hang on. See, reverse I can do. Reverse is easy because there's only one reverse gear. I know we're on the grass. Let's ignore that. One tip for a truck is to skip gears, for example, 2nd to 4th, 4th to 6th, or the same with odd numbers. I'm guessing that's why there's the splitter option in the menu as well, because you can map the gear stick so it goes 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and then you press the button and you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I'm presuming that's why that option is there, for you to be able to skip gears like that. Anyway, here's the job that we're going to be taking, everybody. We are going to be taking a helicopter from Tórshavn in the Faroe Islands to Cape Town, South Africa. It's going to be a 10,000-mile job, and we are going to get 1.15 mil for it. It's also going to take us a very long time, several live streams, to actually get this done. You can see there, we are going to be driving pretty much across the entirety of Africa. We're going to be driving all through the Middle East, all the way across Europe. It's going to be a long, long job. How long will that take in hours? I genuinely don't know. It's 358 in-game hours, so I don't know how... I'm never very good at translating the in-game hours to real hours, but it will, at the very least, take several live streams to finish. Bear in mind that I only stream for 3 hours a week. It's going to take us at least a couple of months, maybe, to actually do it. We might get there by Christmas. Oh, we didn't actually take the job. 1 second. Download the Truckee app. It tells you. Okay, thanks for the advice. We'll check that out at some point. But either way, here's the job that we're going to take. Loading area is round the back. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go 2nd gear. Oh, I pressed the wrong handbrake button. There we go. So when I'm moving around a yard like this, what gear would be best? Because I'm going to be obviously moving around quite slowly. So what gear would be best for this kind of stuff when I'm just moving about slowly in a yard? 3rd. Okay, let's try that then. Neutral. Ooh. Okay. And then into reverse. Second or third. Someone said first. So a lowish. As long as it's a fairly low gear is what I'm gathering there. Okay. I like this. I like all the manual action though. I've got to shift into neutral, then put my handbrake on, then turn the engine off. I like it. This is what I wanted. This is the level of immersion that I was hoping for. Okay, cargo has been loaded. There is the helicopter that we are going to be spending the next 2 months of our lives with. Start up the engine, handbrake off. Just think when I've got the ignition key from the collector's edition of Farming Sim 25 as well, so we can actually start the truck with a real key. It's going to be so immersive. I can't wait. What does AMA mean? AMA means ask me anything, real Irish lad. Please stay till 6. I'm not going to stay till 6, Becky, but since we've only just managed to get this actually working and it's nearly 5, I will keep going for another 20 minutes, half an hour-ish. Okay. Wait, no. No. Hang on. Oh, I'm stuck. Hold on. See, it doesn't help that, like, I mean, most people learn to drive cars before they learn to drive trucks. You know, going straight to a truck maybe isn't the best. Like I say, at least I don't have a clutch pedal, so that makes things a little bit easier. Okay, we're going right here, so into 3rd, turn right, and then up to 6th, straight across here, And then, like I say, when I'm coming to a stop, should I shift down straight down to neutral, or should I go down to like 3 and then to neutral? Okay, handbrake, engine, button 19. And then we take the ferry over to Thurso, which is mainland UK. 3, then neutral. Okay. Notice how even though you went from 3rd to 6th, you still redlined. Yeah, I guess red line is when it gets into the red zone, I would assume. But from what I'm hearing, I'm supposed to shift down to a lower gear and then into neutral. Kate says, your voice is so deep, not very ladylike. Thanks, Kate. Thank you so much for your opinion. How did you do all these mods? I struggle to do map mods. It does take a lot of effort to find mods that are actually compatible with each other, because conflicts are a very common issue. Okay, and 3rd. No, that's 4th. Okay, 3rd. A bit like your personality, Kate. Oh, Dragger Gabs. Some weather. Well, we are in Scotland, so yes. Yes, the weather's not the best. Okay, so now we go up to... Wait, hang on. Whoa! See, the problem is, if I want to shift up from 6 to 7... Ooh, if I want to shift up from 6 to 7, I have to press this button here and then move the gear shifter, which means I have to completely let go of the wheel. So that's maybe not the best idea to have that mapped over there. Behave, says Kate. No, you behave, Kate. I'm not trying to be funny, but this is my live stream, and you've turned up and started being rude to me, so maybe you're the one that should behave. Oh no, I've accidentally gone into reverse. Oh god. Okay, that's a mistake that's probably going to happen quite a lot. So now I go up to... Now we're in 7. Now we're in 7th. And then 9th. Why are you on the right? Oh my god, why am I on the right? I'm in Scotland. I'm sorry. Hang on. I literally just got a ticket for it then. I'm sorry. It's because we were just in the Faroe Islands where they drive on the right-hand side. Are my lights on? They're not on, Becky. Oh dear. Whoops. Okay, so now we shift up. We are speeding actually, so let's shift back down. Let's go to 8, and then let it rev down a little bit. There we go. We are your driving instructor. Yeah, it's definitely a learning experience. Don't get me wrong. It is a 50 zone though, so I'm going to shift up a little bit more to 10, and then put our foot down a little bit. Oh, that's a bit too much. There we go. Okay. I would say go up to 12th, you can still gain speed and not burn so much fuel. Okay, let's try it. Okay, so now we're doing 50, but the revs are low, which I'm guessing is a good thing. I'm guessing like the lower the revs, the less fuel you're using. So now I'm approaching a junction, so what should I do to go from 12 to neutral? Should I go down to... maybe if I go down to 8, ooh, and then 3, and then into neutral? I'm going to open my window. Don't go into such a low gear, but I'm stood still. Like, you're not supposed to be in gear while you're stood still, right? Like, if you come into a complete stop, you have to go to neutral, right? That was my assumption. Oh god, what's happened? Oh, the game just lagged a little bit there. Okay, then up. And up again. Not necessarily, okay. And then up again. There we go. Okay, so you don't need to go into neutral when you come to a complete stop. So the only time that you actually need to go to neutral is when you're stopping completely and shutting down the engine, right? Okay, good. See, I'm learning. Oh god, you see that lightning? I do have a couple of weather mods active, by the way, so if the weather looks quite realistic, that's why. Okay, so now I'm going uphill. I mean, we're at the end of the hill anyway, but when I'm going uphill, I need to shift down a little bit. Ooh, where are we off to today, says Chef Nile? You may well ask. Okay, let me just open the map menu for a second. So we are currently doing a delivery from Tórshavn in the Faroe Islands to Cape Town, South Africa. So it's a 10,000-mile journey. It's going to take us 347 hours, but we are going to get over $1 million for it. So it's good pay for the distance as well. But it's going to take us all the way across Europe, all the way through the Middle East, and then pretty much all the way across Africa as well. So it's a hell of a drive. What got you into playing ETS and Farming Sim? I mean, I've always been quite interested in trucks and tractors. Like I say, I've never actually really been interested in driving in real life, but like I like trucks and tractors themselves. I've always been very interested in farming, which is why I got into Farming Sim. Is the wheel you have worth it as a first wheel? Absolutely. Yes, I would recommend this as a beginner's wheel. I do want to... I've got my lights on, by the way. They're just not very bright. But my lights are on. Yeah, it's a very good beginner's wheel. Like I say, it's not perfect, and you know, when you've got a bit of money and you want to upgrade to something better, I would definitely recommend doing so. But it's a great wheel to get started with, and obviously it comes as a bundle with the side panel as well, which is great for farming sim. Have I changed traffic density at all? Nope, it's on regular. It's on the default traffic density. I do have a couple of traffic mods. Which do adjust the density a little bit, but I haven't manually changed any of the density settings. God, you can tell we're in Scotland, can't you? No offence to Scotland, it's like this in England as well, pretty much 90% of the year. Is the game free? The game is not free, no, CP. It's about £16. Thanks for following as well, by the way. It is on sale fairly regularly, though, so I would recommend waiting for a sale to come along. It's normally about £5 when it's on sale. So definitely worth waiting for a lower price. Thanks for the inspiration. No problem, CP. I hope you have fun with it. Okay, we're coming up to a roundabout. What do I do? I'll try going down to 7. Whoa. We're still a bit fast, but... And then up to 11? Maybe should have gone to 10 first. And then to 12. I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. Like I say, it doesn't come easy. Like I say, I've never driven a car in my life, so I genuinely have no idea how any of it works. But I think I'm starting to get a feel for it. What I'll do is, what time are we on? We're on. It's 5:05. So what I'll do is I'm going to go down to. Maybe Glasgow. Maybe we'll go to this petrol station. No, that's 5 hours away. Actually, is there anything a little bit closer? Let's just go to Perth. We'll go to Perth, and that's where we'll end the stream for today. We'll go to this garage here. So that'll take us another 10-15 minutes. And like I say, when we play Euro Truck next, I will be able to use the wheel, to use the gear shifter properly. I'm just sort of getting to grips with it at the moment. I might do a little bit of driving off camera as well, just to practice using it. Oh, you know what? We never set up the eye tracker either. Let me do that now before I forget again. Okay. Right. Do I need to set this up in the game options as well? I might have to. Let me go to controls. No, it doesn't appear there. Okay, if anyone knows how to actually get the eye tracker to work in the game, do let me know, because I've used it with Farming Sim before, but I've never actually used it with Euro Truck, so I don't actually know how to integrate it into the game. Ah, there. Eye tracking, no hardware detected. Okay. Yeah, but we're using software. Okay, we got a little bit of a problem there. So there are eye tracking settings down here, but it's not detecting the. It's not detecting my webcam as an eye tracking device. I might have to try and sort this out off camera, because I get the feeling it's going to be a fiddly thing that's going to take a while to get working. I know for a fact that it does work with Euro Truck. I'm just not sure how to do it, and I don't want to waste too much time today trying to make it work while we're on stream. But I'll try and get that working before Tuesday, when the next Euro Truck stream is, and hopefully we will have eye tracking enabled in that stream, so that I can look around the cab and what have you. The main thing is, I just want to be able to look at my mirrors without having to turn my head. Whoa. Because that happens. Fantastic. You see now why I want to be able to just turn my head instead of having to use the stick to look around. Oh, and we're... Oh, for some reason we've gone into neutral. Whoa, what's happened? Okay, I'm going to have to pull over because something's gone horribly wrong. Luckily there's a service station just coming up. Truck damage? Yeah, I think that's probably what's caused it. I think I'm going to end the stream here. I'll pull over at this service station. We're currently in Inverness. And then I think we'll call it a day there. And off camera, I'm going to try and get the eye tracker working. Handbrake, engine. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to end it there. Let me just switch over to TikTok Studio. So we know that it works. That's the main thing. We know that the gear shifter works. We've mapped it correctly. That's all working fine. And all the other peripherals are working fine. The only slight hiccup is that we couldn't get the eye tracker working today, but I will try and sort that out for next time. One thing I do want to say is the data hub, absolutely fantastic. We've got like currently got 8 devices plugged into it, and 5 of them are switched on, and it's coping very well. All of the devices are working as expected, which is very good. So, have to say, very impressed with the old USB data hub there. Let me switch over to my big camera just for a second. Ignore that music credit. There's no music playing right now. In fact, let me bring up the music real quick. A little bit quicker, maybe. Thanks. Take your time. There'll be some music in a moment. Anyway, in the meantime, so yeah, we've there it is. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So it's been a good stream. hopefully you've enjoyed seeing me set up and test out the Thrustmaster TH8S there. My first impressions are good. Obviously I need to have a little bit more practice with it and figure out how to actually drive manual, but it's from what my experience with it so far is very good. It's very sturdy, very strong, very tactile. I love, you know, it feels very realistic to a real, I mean, I don't know because I've never used a real one, but it feels like what I would imagine a real gearbox would feel like. So yeah, I'm very impressed with that. Very impressed with the data hub as well, and obviously, like I say, I will try and get the eye tracker working off camera. But that is going to be it for today. I know we're ending early. It wasn't supposed to be a full live stream anyway. It was just I just really wanted to test it out, and we've done that. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining. As always, if you'd like to support me on Patreon and get your name on this board here, along with Sophie, Kate, Gabby Frost and JE55, thank you all very much. If you want your name on there, you can join my Patreon for £1 a month using the link in my bio. And if you want to join my Discord for free, you can do that in the link in my bio as well. So do please check those out. Thanks everyone who's followed today. It's been much appreciated. I've had a good time. It's been a lot of fun. The next live stream is going to be Minecraft Monday, so I'll see you on Monday for that. I'm also going to be posting a piano video tomorrow, so if you want to see my latest piano cover, stick around and check that out tomorrow as well. That is going to be everything for today, so once again, thank you all so very, very much for being here. Thank you for teaching me how to use my new gear shifter. I will get some practice in off screen and try to get a little bit better at it, but thank you everyone who's helped me out today as well. Like I say, I've had a lot of fun. I'm going to go now and enjoy the rest of my weekend. I hope you enjoy the rest of yours as well, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new video and on Monday for the next live stream. Thanks very much everyone. See you next time. Bye bye.